Alright guys, how's it going? Emmett here. I actually want to start this video off by telling a story. This is a personal story about me, so if you don't care about me, you think I look weird, then go ahead, click off, it's absolutely fine. I won't take it personally. That being said, the story is a little about myself and my own business. I had a problem, as of recently, it was the first quarter of 2025, whereby I was stuck between actually being able to fulfill for the clients that I had. I knew that I had a system that worked, and it was all okay whenever it was done on a small level because I was able to show up every single day. I was able to make the calls that I needed to make. I was able to amend campaigns in the way that I needed to actually, number one, generate leads, qualify leads, and book them in with my client to speak with. And that was what generated sales. And it was fine at a small level. That being said, I had goals for the business and for myself. And the goals did not look like me fiddling around with 2 to 3 client accounts and getting stuck in fulfillment every day and getting stuck working in the business as opposed to working on the business. I wanted to grow. Ultimately, I'll hold my hands up and say it. I am in this game to make money, but at the same time, I want to be able to make an impact as well and deliver a good product. So I wasn't willing to sacrifice that delivery to take on new clients. The problem was that because of that unwillingness to sacrifice the quality of the work, I wasn't able to scale and properly focus on sales, take on new clients, and achieve the goal that I was looking to achieve. I was stuck. And I was always wondering to myself, oh, why can't I take on new clients? Oh, it's because clients don't perceive me well enough. It's because I'm too young. Everybody in the industry thinks, oh, he's only 22. He could never understand my business and deliver for me. But the truth is that it was really just a reflection of myself. I was struggling to take on new clients because I was afraid of the inability for me to deliver for these people based on the fulfillment issues that this would provide for myself. I was worried that if I took them on, I wouldn't be able to deliver. And this obviously came across whenever I was speaking with people and trying to sell them and get them to work with me as part of my service, as a client of mine, as part of my business, to help them with generate new inquiries. But the thing is that the universe and the world, as we know it, is built on a series of cause and effect. I believe it was Charlie Munger who said that the world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. And to get what you want, you must deserve what you want. So the fact that I didn't have what I wanted obviously indicated that I didn't deserve what I want. And the fact that things are cause and effect suggests to me that I hadn't put the right cause to the right effect, which is why I wasn't where I wanted to be in my business. But it's very easy whenever you're stuck in the day-to-day to not necessarily realize this and blame other people and blame other things. And it was only by taking a step back that I was able to recognize, well, Emmett, of course you can't get to where you want in your business because you're not doing the right things to get to that position. On a daily basis, you could describe me as a media buyer, somebody who ran ads, a media buyer, somebody who does ads, by the way, as a glorified appointment setter who rang up leads on behalf of my clients and booked them in. But I'm the guy who's registered on the name of the owner of the business. I'm a business owner. I'm not an appointment setter. I'm not a guy who runs ads. I'm a business owner. And I want more clients, right? But I can't do that if all my time is being spent on fulfillment. So I had to take a step back and actually ask myself, Emmett, why can't you take on new clients? Why can't you hit these goals? And it was because I knew subconsciously that I had to take the leap of faith. I had to take a step into being able to deliver and open that bottleneck when it came to delivery for a larger bank of clients. And I could not do it on my own. I had to do the ever scary thing. I had to invest in myself, invest in the business. Who'd have thought that taking on a new member of staff would be so scary? But the thing is that this is exactly what I needed. I needed to open up the bottleneck, buy back some time for myself so that I can focus on having a high level overview of delivery, having a high level overview of sales, and allowing people to come in and help me with that by setting up and teaching them the ways and how to deliver for my clients. Number one, it'll give me more confidence in signing more people because I know that the systems are in place to fulfill for them. But number two, I'll just have more time. I'll have more time to learn about the product. I'll have more time to learn about my clients' needs and what they actually want and how I can better fulfill for them, which will ultimately end up in a better fulfillment service anyways. But it was because I was afraid to take that first step and change what I was doing. The other reason for this was because, well, it's fear of the uncertainty. It's risk. People don't like to take risk. They're not comfortable with doing things that aren't familiar to them. But if you continue doing the same things, you're only going to achieve the same result. Like I say, the universe is based on cause and effect. To get what you want, you must deserve what you want. The world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. Why have I told this story? You probably guess. If you're in a somewhat similar position to me and you can resonate with, number one, having goals in your business, but number two, feeling like you're butting your head against the window, butting your head against the wall, running in the same spot, but not actually getting to any final destination. You're working hard every day. You show up, you think, oh, well, if I just get up super early today and I work super late in the evening, if I'm working hard, surely the business is growing, right? But it doesn't. And you have to sit and ask yourself why. But it's because you're doing the wrong things. You're working hard, but you're not necessarily working smart. And you need to take a leap of faith and actually invest in yourself. And this will be whatever it is for you. You probably know what the answer is. I knew that I needed to invest in my fulfillment and delivery. You might need to invest in an admin. You might need to invest in sales. Who knows? Maybe you don't actually have a proven system for generating new sales in your business, and you need to take that step in acquiring a new system for client acquisition. Because it's all well and good relying on referrals and word of mouth because, well, the business converts well and you can feel comfortable with doing that. But if you have a goal, you're not going to achieve the different output through using the same inputs. Cause and effect. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, well, it's risky. I'm scared to take the leap. I don't really know. The truth is, you're just not going to achieve the goal if that's the case. But where does this fear of investment actually come from? I'm going to answer it, by the way, based on my observations. It comes from a lack of belief and a fear that if we spend the money, what if we don't actually get the output that we're looking for? If I make the investment, if I make the leap, what if I don't get that return? I just lose out. But here's the thing, I'll ask you now, do you actually believe that you can get there? If the answer is yes, then there's not going to be any problem in spending that money. But the fear comes from that lack of belief. In that answer being yes, we don't know. It's uncertainty, it's unsure. But let me ask you this one. How can you expect the world to give you what you want when you can't even believe in yourself to get that exact thing that you want from the world? How does that one work out? You need to invest in yourself first, and you need to take that leap of faith. It's reap what you sow. You do not sow what you reap. I hear so often people saying, oh, well, yeah, I've got plans to grow. I'd love to be able to, work on sales, and then I can take on some self-employed brokers and build a team, and I can just act as the principal of the firm who focuses on growing the business. But I'm only going to take on somebody whenever clients fall from the sky and I find myself doing 15 to 20 cases, then I'll be comfortable taking somebody on. But you're not going to find the time to take somebody on if you're so focused on the day-to-day. It's about making that commitment first. And like I say, you reap what you sow. You do not sow what you reap. And so often people will say that they're comfortable investing in the business whenever they've seen the money come in. But the money's not going to come in if you don't make the investment first. Right. Anyways, enough about mindset and me making people feel guilty for not living up to the goals that they set themselves for 2024, 2025. Dare I say it's for 2020? I don't know. I hope not anyways. How are we actually going to make a tangible plan to achieve what it is that we're looking to do? It's really simple. Probably saw it in my last video as well. What you want to do is you want to establish a high level overview of your business. You need to know where you want to be exactly and reverse engineer the steps to get in there. I'm gonna assume, if you're a broker watching this, that you just need more sales. When's the last time that you had a case? And unless they're let's say they're working at Tesco and want to buy a £500,000 home, when's the last time you couldn't place a case where it was eligible? Fulfillment is very, very rarely the issue. It's about winning business, and actually it's about generating business and then winning that business and then fulfilling on it. But the fulfillment is the easy part. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that it is the sales side of the business. You need to know how to get appointments, what percentage they're going to convert that, and then you can reverse engineer your goal. So let's say, for example, you want to be doing, shoot for the moon, 50 cases a month, and you know that you know that you can convert appointments at, for example, let's call it 50%, just for the sake of this, to keep things simple. You need to do 100 appointments, converting at 50% to do 50 cases in a month. You might be sitting at like 10 appointments right now, so you need to get 40 new inquiries into the business. How are we going to do that? I have an idea, and it doesn't involve buying leads, by the way. I'm not going to tell you to be unbiased. I'm not going to tell you to knock on doors to estate agents and they start fights in your local community. It's none of that. Don't worry. I'm going to talk you through it. I'm going to show you step by step exactly what it is that we're doing. We're generating appointments at about 20 quid. Each conversion rate on those is about 20%. So you can do the math on that. Decent return investment, in my opinion. I'm not saying it's 100, but this is what I do. This is what people pay me for. And yes, I do have something to sell to you. But let's go ahead. Let's do it. I'm going to talk you through it step by step. Okay, hello. So when it comes to increasing the number of inquiries that you actually have in your business, you might be at a bit of a loss, especially if this is something that's new to you. Obviously, you can go ahead, you can get referrals from friends, family, things like that. They'll refer people to you. You can build up an organic client base. But whenever it comes to actually achieving a goal, you need those predictable, consistent inputs when it comes to leads, appointments, and conversions into new clients. And that's not going to happen by just sitting around waiting for those clients to come to you. We need to go and do the business. And before you say anything, there are people out there who are looking for mortgages. You just need to be able to find a way to get their name, number, and have them interested in having a conversation with you. So what I have up here is a client's account on Facebook Ad Library. And yeah, you can go ahead, you can literally steal every single one of my ideas word for word, but I'm going to explain it to you and we're going to go through it. So what you're seeing here are my client's ads. So I'm going to talk you through the idea and the philosophy behind these and why this is actually working. So what we've done is we have drafted up an ICP. Who's that we want to go after? In this instance, we were going after people who are going to purchase, first time, next time buyers, whatever it may be. There's really no odds to us. And we have drafted up a list of their problems, their pains, their uncertainties, the questions that they have, the fears that they have, what do they want answered, what do they want to achieve, when do they want to achieve this, who actually is our ideal clientele. And we put that list together to actually try and figure out who that is. Whenever we understand their problems, their pains, their desires, then we're going to go ahead and speak to those problems, pains, and desires and position ourselves as the solution and the bridge to achieving exactly what it is that they want. We do that through video content on Facebook and Instagram. We have an organic strategy and we have a paid strategy. Reason we have an organic and a paid strategy is because whenever we run a paid strategy, people can go ahead and see our organic and they can get nurtured. They can develop that relationship with the client through an organic strategy when they can see a personal side of him. So not only are they speaking to his pains, his problems, his desires, they're actually getting to build a relationship with the client as well. See that he's a real person. See that whenever he's out of work, he actually goes and has his kids and a family and does normal person things as well. People buy from people, remember. And I know that you're a mortgage advisor, but people aren't going to judge you for having a life outside of work. If anything, they'll appreciate it. That's what's called being authentic and showing that you're a real person as well. And that's how you can build those relationships. But we have the paid strategy as well. That's how we generate leads. That's how we actually get people's contact details. And I'll talk you through this. So basically what we do is you want to think of paid ads as being like natural selection and nature. So let's say, as a really weird analogy, but bear with me. Let's say you take 10 different species of frogs. Yeah, I know. And one of them is indigenous to Brazil in the Amazon rainforest. One's from Australia, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But one of them's from the UK, all right? And you throw them into a pond in the Lake District in England. What frog do you think is going to survive? It's the one from the UK, right? And all the rest, they're just not adapted to the environment, so they'll die, okay? It's exactly the same with ads, but the ads are the frogs, and the algorithm is the environment. So you want to try and find an ad that is actually suited to the algorithm and does well and generates you leads. How do you do that? Variety. Natural selection. You want to see which ad performs best by having a widespread. Now you're thinking, oh, Emmett, I can't record 20 ads. You don't need to. You can record one ad and you can record 10 hooks. For example, a hook is just the first 3 to 5 seconds of a video. In this instance, we're going to call it the first 3 to 20 seconds, which can be a bit longer. People don't watch 120 seconds anyways, so it makes no odds. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to break it down with different hooks and then a main body, and you'll see which one performs best. Whichever one performs best after 5 to 7 days, give it all the funding. Before you know it, you have a winning ad. Whenever you've generated the winning ad, so let's just have a look. Let's say I click on this. I don't think you guys can hear this, but if I open this up, for example, how do I do this? Yeah, so we can briefly watch this.
Are you based in the UK looking to find a more suitable deal for your mortgage? Maybe you're looking to purchase a property and you want to get things right for you and your family. Or maybe you already have a mortgage and are looking to find a more suitable rate than the one you already own. Well, before you scroll to the next video, I've got a little secret to share with you. Let me guess.
Yeah, so that was the hook. And little secret is just to get a bit of intrigue. We don't actually have a secret, but what you're going to do is you're going to send people through to a landing page. Why landing page? Because lead forms just don't generate enough intent. And if you don't know what either of these things are, lead forms are a in-app integration on Facebook that allow you to catch people's name and number, but it's just a small pop-up on the screen, gives your name, number, and that's it. I want to use a landing page, a proper funnel, as they call it. Reason being is because if somebody actually has an intent, they're not going to take the time. You have to load up a new website. Oh, I can't be bothered. Move on. So real people are actually serious. But what we're going to do is we're going to use a landing page. It looks a bit like this. We're going to buy a new home because we're going to have people looking to purchase. Once that we have find the most suitable mortgage for you. The reason we say most suitable is because we want to stay compliant. It's all FCA regulated. And we have forms. So what do we do with the form? Name, number, email. And I know that I just said don't just settle for the name, number, email. My secret little trick is making sure that they have to tick this box. It's required. So unless you tick that box, you can't submit. I'm not going to do it because it'll fire off our automations. But they're into the pipeline from that stage. But they're also redirected to this page. So this is one that I really like because you're getting a bit of commitment consistency from the client. You actually get a bit of information on their situation as well. And I just realized you can't see, but we'll get some information from them. We have some questions. What's your salary? What age are you? What are you looking to do? You're going to get some people who aren't necessarily looking to purchase, but majority of these leads will be purchase. And do you have a deposit saved? So please explain your current situation. We get some more information. Then our goal is to simply get this person on the phone. We have their name and number. Get that person on the phone, confirm all of this information, confirm what it is they're actually looking to do, confirm that they're actually intent, and get them booked in for an appointment. If you're an advisor watching this and you're running your own system, you don't even need to worry about that. You can even just do the appointment then, if you like, or you can book them in later. You can do whatever you like, but get them booked in at that stage, confirm all that information. And this is all in your name, by the way. This is all in your brand. So this person is going to see your logo. But at the same time, they're also going to have the ability to go onto your organic page. And if don't run paid ads without an organic strategy. Because if they click on your page and they see that you get no followers, which I see a lot of people in the space doing, by the way, it's a big mistake. Don't do it. They're going to think, oh, this person doesn't take social media seriously. Is this even a real You have no idea how many people will answer the phone and think, oh, there's just so many scams about it. I'm just afraid that it's just some scammy online business. Don't give them any reason to suspect that or think that. Develop an organic strategy, show who you are, be authentic with it, and you have no idea how much value this will actually provide you. I have a guy I work with him, he's 66 years old, and he'd never even heard of Instagram before we started working. Yet he gets on the phone with people and they're like, oh, you're the guy from the video? Yeah, we sent that off to somebody who was looking for some help. Thought that the way that you came across, you could absolutely help people. We saw some of your videos as well, talking about this exact problem that we were dealing with. I sent it all to my friend. It's free inquiry, just because people thought you were cool. You talked about a problem that they're facing, and you position yourself as a solution to that problem. People buy to get out of pain. Creating value for people. What is value? Value is created when pain is alleviated. Speak to people's pains, solve their pains, give them solutions. You create value. Value can be exchanged for money. I assume you're watching this to make money. So that's how we work it. We use a funnel, chase that person, we actually get them onto an appointment. And the more that you spend, the more inquiries you'll get. Generally speaking, I don't really care about cost per lead, but the cost per appointment is anywhere from about £15 to £25, depending on how much you spend. If you spend less than £700, it'll be closer to 15. If you spend more than £1,500, it'll be closer to the 25 mark. But you can predictably generate yourself appointments from this. You can have them fully fact-found. It's all in your name. They actually know your brand. They're the one that comes to you. We have that mandatory. Yes, I recognize an advisor will be in touch to discuss my inquiry. They see your brand, they see your face, they hear about you and who you are. They intentionally secure their spot. They see your social proof from all the rest of your clients as well. They can learn about which I'm not going to pretend people actually read this, by the way, but 1 in 100 might. And they can see your organic strategy. So you can compare this with, for example, like Unbiased or whatever it may be, where people can buy leads. You can come on. So I don't know if you guys have seen Unbiased's funnel. The way that it works, you can do a Google search. How much can I afford to borrow a mortgage? Unbiased will start asking you questions. How much do you earn? Do you have a deposit? You finish the questionnaire. It's like, thank you, an advisor will be in touch. And then you're sold as a lead. It's a questionnaire, getting information on a mortgage, and then you're sold as a lead. So that's why that doesn't work, by the way. And that's my alternative. So if you want a predictable way to generate new clients, you're actually looking to hit those goals. So taking this back to the earlier stages of the video, if you do find yourself simply stuck and you're afraid to take the step that you know that you need to take. Let's say you've already got fulfillment nailed and you know that you can deliver for 30, 40, 50 clients a month. Maybe you already have admin in place. Maybe you already have a broker who's on the side that you can have join you, but you don't have a predictable way to generate new inquiries, to keep the admin busy enough, to keep a full-time broker busy enough as well. But you know that that's what you need to reverse engineer that ultimate goal that you have. Then maybe I can help you out. There's a link in the description. If you want to go ahead and click on that, then you can. I have something to sell you. And if you want to do it yourself and you want to get all this software yourself as well, then there's another link in the description too. You can go ahead and click on that and just do it yourself. You can sign up for a 14-day free trial. It's completely free. And just do it yourself. And you might find you don't even need me. But if you sign up for the 14-day free trial and then you find that you want to have a conversation, then cool. But like I say, that's nothing to sell you, so don't click it if you don't want to. But I appreciate you tuning in for the video either way. Appreciate your time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one as well. Take care.